How we doing out there? It's me again. I'm Servant. I'm Pisces. It's kind of doing some R&R, and I got up and kind of got some stuff going. The father was saying, "Hey, you need to get up and do something." But I was thinking that how you you want the most wonderful people in the world out there, God's chosen people. You're having problems, you're having these things, and you just really don't understand how you get around it and over it. Well, the thing about it is that you're going to go through it, okay? And understand that no matter what happens, the Father has you, okay? You're going to have these problems, you're going to have more problems. But the thing about it is that, you know, you got your feet in two worlds, good and evil, and you're trying to get to your own planet and just say, okay, I've had enough of all this stuff. I want this world, okay? My own world that I was promised by the Father. Okay, well, you look over at the right hand side, you go over and you take yourself some time with the Father. You take it and understand that be in it to win it, because when He starts laying it on you, your energy level starts going up and you're running laps around the house. Understand that uh, slow down a little bit, it's going to hurt yourself. But understand that He's there. He's ready for you at the time you're ready. And there's no time like the present. So understand, get your hands full. And I was thinking that, earlier, that understand the growth that you'll receive out of understanding that your precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies, and you understand that every one of those is who you are and what you are. Your promises, your blessings and gifts, everything that the Father promised you, if you'll just lay it all on Him, let Him have it, and just look here, just be a kid again. Just be a kid again. Enjoy your life again. Just don't worry about nothing. Everything's just free as a bird. Because that's the truth of it. And how do you get there? How do you get there? Well, how do you get there? Well, the point of it is that you go through your problems and you chew it up yourself with the Father. Jesus on your lips, okay? And understand He's right there. He's not going to fail you, okay? You got to understand that old flesh, is always going to be pulling at you. The principalities are always going to be pulling at you. So don't worry about it. Just understand that, no, I'm not going that way. Satan, I rebuke you. That's not me. Ain't happening, Captain. Okay? Walk away. You got a family. You got a wife. You got a husband. You got things that you want to do. Hey, look at here. Husband. We're going to go down and have a pedicure. Okay. Oh, never had one of those. How does it cure you? Understand that people, you are the most wonderful children of the Most High God. You just got to spend the time with Him. Okay? It's like I'm spending time with you guys right now. I love spending time with you. I love telling you about my experiences. I love for you to understand the experiences. I don't want you to go through what I went through, but guess what? If you do, at least you have somebody that's telling you before it happens. So understand that. One, imagine yourself in those testimonies. Maybe you're Moses. And just understand that you're out there doing this thing and they need water. Okay? And Father goes, okay, touch that rock there with your staff and there'll be water. And for some reason he got upset. He smites it. Well, guess what? That's judgment he put on himself. Okay? Understand that that's how you got to look at how this is. Uh, you're the one that's going to walk up and lead these captive slaves out of Egypt. You're Moses. Now, that's a big chore. I mean, you didn't. Let's say that you did do something like that. Understand that you do have that power in you, because you got to have the grace of God. Understanding the situation without being upset, uh, being stoic, understanding how stoicism works. It's a thing. So understand that you have problems. You understand that the Father, He's going to spend that time with you, okay? He spends time with roly-polies, okay? So understand that all these things that are going on, spend the time with Him. He'll talk to you. Like I said, it will be hilarious usually the first time, because it was for me. I think I like to laugh for a couple of days. I didn't, I was so sad there was so long that I didn't know how to get up, get out, or go around. But now, I understood it. I needed to laugh. I need to have the time to laugh. I need to have the time to pull that weight off of me. Same goes for you, But understand that if you're living in the flesh and you're laughing all the time, that is just so you can survive what you're going through, okay? And that is the truth. Survival comes in many forms. Like it would be with yourself, with another party, the situation you live in. Understand that the Father, you go to Him and you ask Him, Father, I got to get out of here. I got to be removed. And if you're not sincere, okay, the point of being sincere, it's just like me. I was sincere. The Father was too, and He held on to me. He gave me the downloads, and guess what? He knew I wasn't going to quit. No way. No way. I don't know how. I don't know what that word would ever be like. That's the same form that you have to take. If you got to leave a situation, you're in a situation, and I told you, make your stash, get up 3 o'clock in the morning, take off. But understand that the responsibility of what you're doing, not to your parents, not just taking off and doing what you want to do, because the word that you heap upon them, that's judgment upon you, okay? To stand up and say, Mom, Dad, I can't live this way no more. You're in a bad place, and it just keeps getting worse. Well, guess what? You have time to just, okay, you done said your piece, nothing's got any better, out the gate, and go find some help. Like I said, go to a pastor, go to the police station, wherever you got to go. But understand that when you're hurting, the Father, he doesn't like that. Look, He's got mercy, compassion, charity, trust, truth, righteousness in His heart. Do you think that He wants that for you? Especially when He wrote your life down in that book. He knows what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be out there bouncing around the field, smiling, flying a kite, having a picnic, or whatever you're supposed to be doing. That's what He set aside for you in your life. And the thing about it is that you got to understand, when I talk about witchy woo-ha stuff, the things that, the decrees that have been pronounced, and this is everybody, okay, with a double tongue, and they're letting words fly, okay? This whole earth is saturated with all this stuff. And the thing about it was that was an end for the upper echelon to actually start converting and perverting everything that they could do. So understand that what you're in and what's happening to you, look, you go to the Father, you go to Psalms, you stay in it to win it, okay? And guess what? Father will pull you out by your shoestrings, okay? Makes no difference what you've done. At that point in time, you're broke. So guess what? He knows he can mold something out of you when you get out. So understand that you are here. You have a charge. You have a gift, okay, that everybody wants you to not know because the principalities are always pushing against you and keeping you confused. Don't let that happen, you know. So I'm my own planet. I'm my own world. I'm staying right here. I am in this to win it. Father, 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 Father. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And look, you don't have to do what I do, but understand that getting up at 2:55 and giving him your prayers, okay? And then you can go back to bed if you want to. So, but the understand of it is that you are showing him the time that you're willing to give up for him, okay? Sometimes you're going to sleep through it. In the morning when you get up, you make sure you get forgiveness and make sure you go ahead and get your prayers done. So, but understand this. When you're in your testimonies and understanding Deborah or whoever you're studying on, Mary, Miriam, whoever it would be, understand what they did and how they did it, whether in sin by the flesh or whether in good continence with the Father. The thing about it is that then you see yourself, and guess what? That is you. That is your energy. Okay? Deborah, she led an army. Okay? The guys weren't going to go unless she went. Okay, well, come on, I'll go. You know, guess what? She was the judge. She did wondrous things. But like I said, the other ones, they sinned. They went by the flesh. And guess what? They paid dearly. Understand that that's who you are and that's where you're at. Because the Bible wasn't written just out of context to steer people off in the bar ditch. It will show you the truth and it will show you the bar ditch. Okay? It shows you both sides of everything. So understand, you know, for me, when things were happening to me, I was getting hit at all sides. I didn't know what was going on. I had to dig in. And once I dug in, and then the Father, you know, started showing me things that I didn't know anything about. So I had to start digging in somewhere. So I started in the Bible. I started in the biblical dictionary. I started in the demon work, the devil's work, the Satan work, the tarot work, all these works to figure out what was going on with me. Why was I feeling this way? Why was I being done this way? Why was I trying to be unalived? And come to find out and figure it out, you know, was a big recognition to me that actually these people would actually want to do something like that, or people actually live to do those things. You have to understand that narcissism, all these people out here, whenever you say something kind to them, it's like taking your fingers and scratching glass or rubbing glass against glass. You know, that screeching sound. Always be kind. Always be loving. Always be understanding until you have to stand up and be an empress or an emperor. And then you can say, no, that's not happening. That's not going to happen this way. And that's who you are in your power. So understand that as you spend time with the Father, you'll get out of it. You'll work your way out of it. And as I keep on putting these out there, you'll hear what I say. And you'll be more welcome. You'll be better off for it. Because I'm going to tell you what, if I can give you any insight to what I had, I will, you know. But you're the most wonderful people in the world. You're the children of God, you know. Nobody out there any better. Nobody out there going to be any worse. But you got one up. You have the Father, okay? So understand where you're at and where you stand in this principality thing. Be your own planet. Because you have a gift that the Father wants. and he wants that gift out there. And he's going to get it one way or another. So you might as well go ahead and do it. So I can tell you that for a fact. Well, anyways, I wanted to say hi to everybody today. And I'm kind of bumming out and kicking back, relaxing a little bit. Till the Father kicked me and said, get up. Go in there and make a film or a video. But don't back up. Don't give up. Get them spurs on. Dig in deep. And say, Father, I love you. Jesus, I love you. And I'm not letting go. No way I'm letting go. So, the Father's right there. Jesus on your lips. Jesus inside of you. God inside of you. And legions of angels. You can't beat it. Join it. There you go. Anyways, I'm Servant. I'm Pisces. Have a good one.